Okay, so I got a caddy home. Gonna just do some maintenance on it today. Some little things that I want to take care of. You'll get to see the engine compartment. Doesn't look too bad under there, but I got some black spray paint, and I'm gonna touch up a few areas in it, and then I'll show you the build date and number from Miller Meteor. Inside, it's actually on the left side fender, but when I get to that I'll show you, and a couple other things. There is a little leak somewhere in here. Now a regular rain doesn't seem to really produce that much water to drip inside, but if I really put a hose up to it, it's really going to come in. So I think what I'm going to do is I got some good frog tape. I'm going to tape this off, tape the little edge up here off, just so this gap is showing, and throw some sealant all the way in here, try and protect that if I can. Let's see. Oh, I got some gum out, carburetor cleaner. Not that I think it needs it, but I thought just for maintenance steps, I'll do that. Oh yeah, the stretcher maintenance, big deal. So remember, back in the day, we lubricated the stretchers with that graphite, and it came in a little tube. And so I can't find that stuff, but actually I did find a dry graphite spray, and I'll show you the can, and I'll be able to tell you how well it worked, because it is sticking in many areas, and I just kind of leave it in place in here right now. Another couple little things too is that I'm going to fix this little flap right here. Yeah, this right here, this needs to kind of come down here like that. I think I'm gonna fix that. And the other thing that I want to take care of is getting back to these damn wigwag flashers right here. Well, actually, these aren't the problem. The problem is that I can't get these front flashers because I can't find the load on that. I can't find power coming off the flasher unit, so I'm just actually gonna go tap in. They're somewhere up underneath the hood in here. I'll find that today. It's a nice day out. I'm gonna kind of play around with that. And then I think the other little thing I might do is that you notice there's just some of these little specks in here. I'm gonna probably maybe fill these in a little bit more. And maybe throw a little 1,000 grit on 1,000, maybe 2,000 grit on that, and clean it up. And right over here too, if you can see it, I don't know if we can see it here. I can't see it. Yeah, it's right here. I kind of want to clean this up too, just a little bit. And yeah, so once I get all of this stuff, we'll show some more. Okay, so I cleaned, kind of this groove in here out pretty good. I wasn't going to get drastic with starting getting down deep into it, but it's fairly clean. And then of course I taped it off on either side here, and then I'm going to lay down between here some nice. I actually have white silicone, automotive silicone. And I'm going to lay that in there and then smooth it out real nice, and then once it's smoothed out, peel the tape off, and hopefully I'm going to have a nice line in there. So yeah, let's give it a try, and I'll see how this all works out, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so I got it done, and it turned out pretty good. I'm very happy the way that it looks. I was amazed on how fast the stuff was setting up. So what I used for tools is just a nice little squeegee here. So once I laid the silicone in, I just basically squeegeed it. And then the old trick is that with using that kind of stuff, dip your finger in some water and then rub it along the edge lines. It really doesn't stick to your finger that much, and that will give it that real nice smooth appearance that I really was looking for in here, and it turned out really well. And then once I did that, just ripped off the tape and no mess or anything. It worked out really well. So I'll give it a shot here, see how it survives. I think it will do all right. I think it's going to do exactly what I want it to do, is prevent any kind of leak and get in there at all, and also make it look good. So that project's done, and now I think I'm gonna grab the stretcher out and start working on that. I don't know if I really got a good video of the patient compartment, so I think maybe I'll do that now. I think in a previous episode I mentioned the floor. These are straight out of your mother's kitchens, back in the 70s. So when I got this car, it had carpeting in it. Now, it never was intended, when they put the carpeting in, to be used for patient care. Actually, they were doing EMS education, and I think they just preferred to have carpeting in there for whatever reasons. I don't know. But of course, when I got it, one of the first things I did is pull the carpeting out and to see what was underneath. And it's the vinyl looks pretty good, although the glue that they used, it took me almost a whole day, using many different kinds of solvents to break down the glue and literally scrape it off. And I was able to get that done, clean it up, dry it, and then clean it again one more time. And then I found some vinyl wax polish that I put in, and if it didn't turn out, it turned out really well. I'm very happy with the way that it turned out all the way through. So good to have the original flooring in here. I'm not going to do anything more with it. I'm just going to kind of leave it this way. One of the things I think a lot of people notice is that there is a squad bench that was used. Probably came as original order that way from the factory, and no jump seat. It's one of the first ambulances that I've either worked out of and seen that I've seen this kind of setup with a squad bench. Interesting, very, very interesting. The jump seat, as a matter of fact, is right behind the stretcher over here. It basically, there's some arms underneath here. You can see these white arms, they actually fold out, and then you can see the hinges here, and then this folds over, and you could put like a portable stretcher in here. Don't know why they did this, because my information that I received that this was was a hospital owned vehicle, and they were going to use it for long haul transports, and I just don't know why they did that, unless they were going to be transporting 2 patients at a time. I just don't get that. But no jump seat. Everything else is really good. The slide cabinets, they work very well. They slide up and down good. Yeah, the interior, there's no rips, there's no tears, there's no yellowing, staining anywhere. I mean, it is in just great shape. They put some speakers in here for maybe and like again, it was a long distance transport. Patient wanted to listen to some music, and oh, by the way, the music. This Cadillac has an 8-track player, and when I went through this cabinet here, I found a bag of about 20 8-tracks. Not the kind of music that I would listen to, but I should pull them out and show you what they used in this for music to listen to. Yeah, way back when, kind of big band music and stuff like that, but you'll get a kick out of it. Okay, let's get this stretcher out. Let's get the cot mat and things off of it, and let's go ahead and take a look if there has to be any kind of repairs I need to do, and then let's get this thing graphite lubed. Well, I got the stretcher out, and hey, I'll show you how back in the day that if you were one person, you wanted to get the stretcher out and load it back in. I'll show that to everybody so you can see how I used to do it with a young and strong back, not like today. Anyhow, a lot of these points need to be taken care of. I'm seeing somebody must have done some work in here. I don't know if this is normal to have all these old washers in here, but I'm going to check that out. I can just tell by rubbing my finger on here, this is so gummy. and then all these other points here where the X frame comes up and meets the main frame. I'll get that all lubricated. Everything right in here needs to all be cleaned. Make sure the down tubes here get lubricated. Again, all these little points here where there's movement, and get that taken care of. Other than that, you know, taking a look at the frame, I don't see any like hairline cracks. Well, there's no obvious damage. I didn't see any kind of obvious damage anywhere, but the actually, you know, the X-frame is very sticky, and the release is also sticky here too. So I'm going to have to try and get this cleaned up really good, and then we'll see how that graphite lube works. All right, so I got some work to do. Get my gloves and some cleaner, and get this all cleaned up and lubed, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I got it pretty well cleaned up. This bar right here, this is the notches for the level for the X-frame, so it catches in these, and you can adjust the cot up and down as it gets in these different levels. This right in here gets really gummed up, and usually that is one of the main causes for the X-frame not to drop really well. Inside here, this where the little pin is, where that catches into it, that was pretty well gummed up. I literally had to take some carburetor cleaner and spray it, and hopefully that did the job. So now I'm going to get some of this dry lube, graphite dry lube, and spray it in here, and let's see what that does. Hopefully that will make all the difference in the world, and I'll let you know how that worked out. Oh, and just in case anybody wants to know what I'm using, this is from a PB Blaster. They got great products. These guys have some great products, and so we'll give this a try. It does say make sure you shake it up really well, and we'll give it a try here. Okay, so I got this graphite, I sprayed it, and you can see it right here. It comes out jet black, and it dries pretty fast. It pretty much cleans up with a pretty heavy-duty shop towel and some solvent cleaner. Over in here, you just got to turn around and spray so these down tubes, hopefully this stuff will slide down into the down tubes and get it lubricated. I mean, a lot different than back in the day when we had a kind of a little tube or just powder, and we smeared all over these tubes, and hope that would work. But again, you know, you just kind of have to turn the stretcher around, you know, tip it up on its side by its feet or the head end, just so you can kind of get that down there. But this stuff cleans off pretty good with some solvent. Over here, so here's the bar, and we'll see how that works. Of course, you don't clean that off, but just left it be. There's a lot of other places that undoubtedly somebody must have used some kind of a grease, and that grease turned into almost like a glue. It was so sticky. So I'm hoping this works. If it does not, again, nothing's binding. It just needs a good lubricant. I got a friend of mine who worked for our AMSAR division, so he would know exactly what I should be doing. But I thought, hey, what the heck, I'll try this graphite from P Blaster or whatever it is. I think I showed you the can. It's good stuff, really good stuff. It says, but we'll see. The proof is in how this will raise and lower. One last thing before I go into the stretcher and showing you how I used to load those or unload by myself. A lot of people have said, have you changed out those wheels, Dave? And I have, from those old mags, and now the originals are back on it. Looks much better. I had to drive about 2.5 hours to a salvage yard in Wilmer, Minnesota, and literally go in a gigantic field and search for This vintage year Cadillacs, I think it was like anywhere from like a 71 to maybe a 75 wheel covers that work, but they did. And then the wheels themselves, the steel wheels, I found those while I was there, and I literally had to jack up the car with an old style jack, if you can remember them way back when, with the using the tire iron, and you put it in the hole and you just kind of jack it up. I had to jack it up this car out of literally dirt. Everything had sunk into it, but I was able to get the rims off of it and brought them home, cleaned them up, and got the new tires put on it, and yeah, it looks much better now. Okay, how many of you remember this little trick right here on getting the stretcher in by yourself? Yeah, I know I'm probably going to get all kinds of comments on this one. That's not how you do it. Well, you know what? There sometimes we had to do this. Your partner was out chasing skirts in the ED, and you had to get ready and get on your next call. And you didn't want the boss screaming and yelling at you on the radio because you didn't clear the hospital quick enough. Anyhow, so let me just show you how this was done. And the reverse of it is the same, getting it out by yourself. So what you're going to do is you basically line it up, okay? So the slide out bar on the head is going to rest right about here, and you're going to make sure that the undercarriage is going to clear any of the step. And then once you do that, you go back to the rear release, pull it, drop the stretcher down, lift it up, and put it in. Voila, just like that. And the reverse, get it out, same thing, pull it out, make sure the bar sets here, pull it out. You're going to have to kind of lift the stretcher up a little bit, release it. The undercarriage drops down, locks into place, pull it out. Easy peasy. Oh, my back now. Jeez, criminy. Okay, back inside. No, I didn't hurt my back, but I'll probably feel it tomorrow. But yeah, these Model 30s here, oh my goodness. You know, we just love to hate these things. And yeah, who knows, you know, what caused my back to have problems. It could have been this. I think more than anything, I was just lifting and not learning how to lift right. But hey, you know, the other problem, or I should say the casualty of operating in ambulances, not only these kind, but also probably more so in the trucks, is this ear right here. My hearing is not very good in it. Tinnitus, I've had it for years. You know, had those, you know, Q up on top of the roof. You know, electronic siren was also up there. Oh, and by the way, we had air horns too that set up on that damn roof. And you know, you roll with the windows down, and you know, I can remember a few times we'd go like in a downtown area, and geez, we'd wind that queue up and air horns, and people would be holding their ears, you know, and we're kind of like, hey, well, at least we're moving traffic, which we did. But unfortunately, a lot of us paid the price with our hearing. So it's siren-induced hearing loss for me in my left ear and a little bit in my right. I have not gone to an audiologist. I probably should and figure that out. I'm sure I'm going to have hearing aids here sooner or later. But I'm not saying what a lot, and but I notice I am probably more often saying what. As far as tinnitus goes, I've learned to live with it. If I concentrate on wanting to hear it, I will hear it, but I think I've done a pretty good job of just basically ignoring it. Like right now I'm talking about it so I can hear the E bilateral in my ears, but for most times, even at night when it's quiet, I just seem to just have done a pretty good job of mentally ignoring it, but it is definitely there. I didn't get to the other projects that I wanted to. Unfortunately, our little pup Lucy that you saw in the video, she got sick last night, and we ended up taking her to the vet. We think she's going to be fine. She's home now, but she's on a special diet and is going to take some medication. So most of the day today was basically getting it over here and then getting her to the vet, which took longer than we expected. So I did not get to the front wig-wag lights, and I did not get to the little center console, getting that glued down. Nor did I get up underneath the engine compartment and do some work in there and clean up. But I definitely will. That's on the schedule, and you will see that when it is done. Oh, looks like my battery is going bad. I wonder why my screen went black on me. Okay, remember to click like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this video. Cheers.